Eureka!
Okay. So we are recording. So
Welcome, everybody. I am so happy to announce another meeting with my friend Bill Evans. You might remember Bill has the most complicated guitar rig in the world, and now he's here to show you how complicated his one guitar can be. This one guitar claims to do it all, but is it possible? Can one guitar be all that you need for every possible sound, for every gig? Let's find out today. All right, Bill, what do we got here?
okay, so this is a Starboard Elite. It's made by Neil Smith in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. I met Neil when I first moved here, and at some point in time, I just said, I just really want Neil to make me a guitar because he's not just a repair guy; he makes custom guitars. He's an astounding craftsman. So anyway, this is a body style that is his kind of design. You can see it's kind of a cross between a Telly and a Strat. And he was making these, but he had never made one as a semi-hollow as an arch top before. And I asked him if he could do that, and this is what he came up with.
The last time we spoke, you mentioned that this is the first guitar of that exact style that Neil has made.
Yeah. As far as I know, this is one of one.
All right, so let's get to the sounds, because you were telling me that this one guitar has over 100 possible sounds.
Well, I think I was off on that. I went and did the math again recently, and I think it's more like 90. When you
90 different sounds.
Add everything up, different possible combinations.
So what you've got is obviously you got three pickups. You got two humbuckers, and you've got a single coil. Within each of the humbuckers, you can't really see this, but within the pickup ring itself, there are two little mini slider switches. Offer a ton of different switching options within each pickup. So when both of the switches are in, so they're together like this, it's a standard humbucker. It's two coils in series, which is that humbucker sound. So this is just the neck pickup, right? But then if you take those two switches and you slide them out, now you've got a humbucker, but the coils are in parallel instead of in series. So it's just a little thinner. It's more. And then you can slide them. If you slide them both towards the back of the guitar, now it's one coil and it's the back coil. So. Or you can take it and you can slide them the other direction, and now you've got a single coil but the front coil.
That's impressive.
Okay. And you've got that for both of the humbuckers. Okay, so there's a ton of combinations already right there.
Would you mind to just go ahead and take a second to play the other humbucker pickup?
Okay, there's the other humbucker by itself. This is as a standard series humbucker. This is a parallel humbucker. If you slide both back, now it's a single coil, but only this back coil. Which almost gives you a little of a telly kind of thing. Or if you slide them the other way, now it's the other single coil up here. So that's that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Switch here. So this switch here looks like a standard, like a Gibson switch, a 3-position switch. These are called freeway switches. Freeway, like what you drive on. But it's not a 3-way switch, it's a 6-way switch. Because there's what I call the lower rail and the upper rail. So in the lower rail position, it's a typical Gibson switch. Neck pickup, both pickups, bridge pickup. But then you can take this and you can snap it up. And now there's 3 more positions. So in those positions now, it's basically it's the second, third, and fourth positions on a 5-way strat switch.
The middle 3 positions.
The middle 3 positions. Okay, so now you have bridge and middle. You have middle only. You have neck and middle.
Okay, and does that switch decide which of the 2 coils is inactive?
It does not. No, it does not. That you have to do separate. And it's like...
And I've had people say that it sounds really complicated, but you just, you get to a point where you just do it by feel. Let's say I have something where I'm playing a rhythm part that I want to be kind of stratty. So in that case, I'm going to take the switches here, and I'm going to turn it into a single coil.
On the bridge?
On the bridge, right? But then on this one, I'm going to keep it as a humbucker.
Okay.
Okay. So now I can go from...
Turn it up.
Very stratty to immediately...
Like a whole different guitar.
So you've got all these pickup combinations, and when you start adding them up, it's like, I've got 4 combinations just with this pickup, and then another 4 combinations with just this pickup. That's 8, and then I've got a total of 8 more with just these 2 pickups going. So now you're at 16, and then you start adding those together with bringing the middle pickup into each one, and it gets a little crazy, pretty fast. It adds up really quick. And then on top of that, once you add up all of those, there are piezo pickups in the bridge.
Okay.
Yes. And there's a little mini switch down here. So the mini switch in the up position is a magnetic pickups only. There's a middle position where it can be both the magnetics and the piezos. And in the lower position, it's the piezos only. Okay, so the piezos only gives you a kind of a quasi-acoustic sound. So that's the way this is hooked up. This is master volume. And this one here, you can see that it's stacked. It's got 2 rings. So the larger outside ring is the master tone. The middle ring here is the volume for the piezo. So you can go from right. That's just that pickup. But if you want to get a little more bite out of it, you can add the piezo in. It's the same thing, but it's
That's the money, man. That's the gig right there.
Yeah, it's a fun guitar to play.
Can you demonstrate? There's one sound I'm kind of interested in hearing, and that would be the middle pickup only. And then I want you to fade in the piezo pickup and bring it back and off and on.
Okay, so I've got the middle pickup only on here. I have the piezo. I have both pickups on, but I'm going to turn the piezo all the way down to start. Okay, so. And then you start bringing the piezo in. That's about halfway. And then.
Now on my end, it sounds like it's getting louder. Is it getting louder?
It definitely gets a little bit louder. Yeah. So because you're adding another pickup into it, you know what I mean? So,
okay.
So you have to be mindful of that, when setting up patches and everything. It definitely adds more, but you can use it as a boost.
Exactly what I was thinking. It's like you could use that to your advantage as a strategy. Like I'm going to get a little louder by just
absolutely.
So say you're doing a bridge pickup only as a humbucker, but then you have a solo coming in and you want it louder. You can go.
Mind blown. Okay,
it's a big boost.
And that was by adding the piezo in addition to the bridge humbucker. Wow. Okay, maybe one guitar can do it all.
So there you go.